So we're going to be looking today at how to make metallic-y style snares, and we're going to be using Vital in order to do this. So what I've done is I've taken the drums that we made in the last video where we used Vital as a kind of transient parallel processing device. This time we're using Vital in order to make kind of ringy metallic snares. So let's have a listen to the beat we made last time. Sounds like this. Okay, that's what we came up with last time, kind of sort of Dillinger style beat. And today, what we're going to do is we're going to look at this snare. So what I've gone and done is I've taken the snare from here, I've copied it down, used the shaper box in order just to kind of get the shape of this snare. So we end up with this. And then what we need to do is we're going to parallel process this. So I've drawn a note inside of the MIDI here. Could be any note, doesn't matter which note you use, because we're going to open Vital. And inside of Vital, what we're going to do is close down the oscillator, but we're going to use the sampler. So let's turn on the sampler, and then we're going to drag this snare into the sampler. There we go. Now, it doesn't matter which note's playing because the key tracking is not on, so that means it's just going to play one note across the whole keyboard. We're going to turn the loop off because we just want it to play once. Let's have a listen to this on its own now from here. There we go. So you can hear it's a bit quiet, obviously, but we'll get this all together as we go along. So what do we need to do? We need to try and make this into a ringy style metallic snare. So we're going to put this into filter 1, turn on filter 1, and let's go into the comb filter. So we're going to choose comb filter, this one here, and we're going to turn the resonance up to about 70, something like that. We want our cutoff to be around about 3, 2, something like that, somewhere around there. What we can do is we can put a macro on this. If we go to the matrix, we can make this macro go both ways. And then if we set this to 50, we can get it on 50, more or less. Then that will be there, and then left will go this way, and right will go this way. And then we can kind of fine tune it using the macro. Find that a bit easier sometimes when it comes to tuning things. So we now got this sound. So you can hear that's quite sharp now. It's got that kind of ringing. So this fine tuning will help us kind of get that as well. We can also add another filter and put this through filter 1. And what we'll do is turn this all the way up and up. And then we'll just use the drive on this filter, just to get a bit of crunch through that snare as well. We'll go into the effects and we'll turn on the distortion. Right about there somewhere, and we'll have a bit of compression. We'll move this after the distortion, and we'll just bring the mix down to about here, somewhere about 3, something like that. That will do. And then one other thing we can do is just add a delay. And what we'll do is we'll put this on stereo mode. And we'll put both of these onto seconds, basically. And we get that at the moment. So we need to bring this time right down on both of these, basically. So we're going to bring it down to like 23, we'll do 25. Try and get these both the same. And then once again, what we can do is we can use a macro because, like I say, these things get a bit fiddly sometimes. So it's quite easy to try to sort of do them like this. So you see you get quite a cool effect with this. But we want the feedback to be on about 15%. Okay. Mix. 25% on the mix. probably like it about there somewhere. And this is where we can start to kind of fine tune it basically, and we can start to play around with this one here. And what we do is we now listen to this over this. So, I mean, it's already down a little bit. Let's just check the volume on inside the Vital quickly, which is actually quite good. So let's listen to these together now. And let's just loop this a bit and let's just play around with it and see if we can kind of just find some different versions of it. So let's come back into Vital. Come here. Here you are. So there we go. So you can hear that you could just play around with this, tune it how you want it, and you can get these quite sort of metallic-y sounding snares just through the processing of Vital. Just after you've done this, you could add a bit more distortion, etc., to the snare, layer it into the actual break, for example. So if we just muted this one out of here and played the whole break, just over this little loop. Also add Okay, so as you can see there, you can really play around with it and get some different types of sounds. I added a couple more things there, as you saw, to it. For example, I pushed the mix up a bit and also pushed the feedback up with the macro as well. So that just brought out this delay even more, emphasized that effect even more. So bonus tip is to group the two snares. So we have the ringy snare and the original snare. And on the group, you're going to add a ring modulator. So let's use the free one, which is by kilohertz. And it is here, ring modulation. Now, you can also come up with some cool snares just with this. So remind ourselves what it sounded like. And then with the ring mod. So that's just using the sine oscillator as a carrier here, but we could also change this to like a band pass, and we're going to get some crunchy snares. So it sounds. Ooh. So you can hear it's quite nice. Adding this just as an extra thing on top, you can really dial in your snare how you want it with this and get some extra little layers to it. So there we go, guys. I hope this one was useful for you as well. If you like making jungle and stuff like that, then this can be quite a cool little trick for your snares. Even in modern drum and bass, you can use it as well in various ways. And you know, you could come up with lots of different types of snares, metallic snares that you could then just resample and play about with and do some cool stuff. So I hope this one was useful and that you guys learned something from this. And until the next one, guys, you take care of yourselves. Peace.